Alright, first off, I don't want to totally call this a rant. It's a bit of a rant, somewhat, but just gonna go over some stuff in the game involving our recent event activities. Uh, Most notably, the release and very suspicious release of Darth Malak being released with 2 days' notice by Capital Games and EA, based on poor quarterly revenue versus last year, uh, and then only getting 72 hours to complete an event that you had 48 hours notice on, and they released these like ghost packs that are no longer in the store, and they know it was shady, for basically gear 12 to 12.5 gear. Those packs magically disappeared. I believe there were 4. They were $50 each. They would give you 1 piece of gear, and then they possibly had 3 for the tier 10 or 11-ish gear that were priced at $20 or $30 range. I don't even remember. I didn't buy them. I know it's huge on Reddit, and it's starting to pop up on YouTube, how pissed off people are that either didn't acquire Malak and did purchase some of these packs, or purchased some packs for characters anticipating how a Darth Revan team would work with Malak plugged in, and then in the last 12 to 20 hours we're finding out a character who just got released is already getting nerfed, and is not only going to basically break that missing link you would have had on a Darth Revan team plugging Malak in favor of numerous characters, assuming it mirror match characters, honestly, to where if you had him, that's kind of how you would surpass turn-based speed mods, etc. I mean, it's pretty insane. I mean, I'll plug in some of the teams in, and I do have to retract something here. I obviously run my channel. I read into the information myself, and I did misquote something saying that Malak could be somewhat free to play, that he would occasionally pop into your guild store, but no, they typed in something there that I misread, to where you had to unlock Malak for him to actually get built up. And I think if I were to look at Squad Arena, I mean, you'll see him in there. We'll go ranks. You'll see him in here, surely on some teams that wailed quite a bit, but I mean, I don't sit on my Zetas. I kind of run teams for different aspects of games, for rating and battlegrounds, etc., trying to make teams, etc. So I know this would probably upset a lot of people just focused on Arena. Darth Malak's fine. They haven't really messed with his kit. They did nerf based on people. I'm sorry, but like, not Darth Malak. Darth Revan. Darth Revan's fine. This is their golden boy right now. But the people that did invest a lot of time and money into getting Darth Malak, you just bought a broken character, and there should be some kind of lemon law on that, especially since it hasn't even been 3 days, and you're basically announcing that, hey, we're gonna break your character. We ripped people off with these gear packs for $300, thinking you might get them. Plus, however, people had to obtain possible Zetas if they weren't buying gear packs or crystal packs. A lot of people have this sentiment like, can we have our money back because you just sold us a piece of trash, basically. I'm sure Malak's great on his own, but you basically just repackaged Nihilus, and a lot of people should be able to figure out eventually what's going to happen when they do nerf the heck out of him. They literally should have just stuck with Scion or Sith Tank. We'll go with Sith Empire here. Another part of the issue is going to be the Sith Empire. Obviously, all these characters are Sith Empire. All of them have a Sith tag, so they're all going to get affected by this, except for HK. He's going to be the only one that's unscathed, because I believe the kit, the way they're going to focus it, is actually focused on Sith, which is going to affect all Sith and Sith Empire. All these characters under leadership roles are going to get affected in a turn-based game by turn meter. That doesn't make sense. They basically broke Palpatine's lead. So, yeah, that turn meter, what they're doing is, across the board, Sith aren't going to be allowed bonus turn meter. This doesn't affect that they get to go next or their turn or anything, it's that bonus turn meter. So that's kind of big. They're killing off the Sith already, even though you invested in, I don't know, some people who wailed out on it probably could have spent $1,000. I wouldn't doubt it. I didn't go too crazy. What kind of annoyed me, so, I mean, obviously I'm not tier 12 on a lot of my Sith Empire, and they did make that aspect of the fight decent to where it came down to mechanics. Going back to a video where I was doing multiple attempts, I spent 6 hours under geared, and that's how I present my videos, is trying to give you the bare minimum of like how to get through some of this stuff. And it's not that I don't spend money on some of these characters. I mean, by no means. If I go to my Old Republic, I was starting to plug in crystal packs and trying to gear these characters I had never geared beyond Jedi Knight Revan and Bastila. I somehow had to throw on a Zeta on Zalabar, which, mistakenly, if you are throwing in a Zeta to make up for gear, it's definitely on Mission Val, because you're getting that double attack, and that's why I do not have Malak, and I've vented all that out. I'm over it. It's fine. It's not a huge deal. And I'd spent probably an equal amount of time as I'm doing my attempts, watching videos of people doing their attempts, trying to unlock Malak. It was fine. I'm actually kind of happy in a way, but I still am dissatisfied with. I've played this game for like 3 years, and the company really took an interesting turn here in the last 3 months of releases that they're doing and stuff they are releasing and kits they're releasing and stuff they are blatantly deceiving people in a very predatory way to get money. And if you really need our money, just give us a blatant, like, here's how you buy this character, or put people on subscriptions. I mean, the way they're releasing characters and then instantly breaking characters, especially people that were gearing up Sith Marauder, Sith Assassin, just to assume they would have this next meta team. But we don't know what that meta team is going to be. It could be based on Episode 9 or the new Jedi Broken, or Jedi Fallen game coming on pre-order for, you know, console gaming, whatever. As far as the mobile game, though, I mean, they're trying to really cash out on this. And I also found this deceiving that when they were speaking of a 5-year plan, and I assume since I've been playing this for 3 years and I'm kind of like got into it early, their 5-year plan isn't a 5-year future plan, as their press release may lead you to believe. I think we're on the last year and a half of their 5-year plan, and they don't really know what they're doing. And I don't know what they're doing in the future other than just trying to cash out and crap out the way other Star Wars games have in the past. So I'm gonna do videos keeping up with this as long as the game is still up. Hopefully it is. I find it fun. I like the strategy, turn-based aspect of it, but if they have to change it up to make it competitive, etc. I mean, I don't feel like Capital and EA know what they're doing. I think they're just trying to meet certain standards that under the Disney license is expected of them as far as revenue goes, revenue streams. But I mean, there are characters here. I definitely wish I could get a refund of gear I had spent in that 5-day window, 4-day window during the event, and 24 hours up to it, to where obviously I would never gear these characters or bought certain packs up to a point. I didn't whale out. I bought crystal packs and just kind of with guild help and gear requests and, you know, farming nodes up to, oh, okay, I'm not going to farm this node, I'm spending 400 crystals to get some attempts, etc. I mean, I probably spent myself probably a good $200 that I wouldn't have, which is, I can't imagine people that were whaling those blatant packs and also crystal farming like beyond. I assume, because I'm pretty calm about, alright, let's do a wait and see, so I assume there's people that got taken for like $1,000 because of this event, lack of notice, and really on the light side battle, just being unclear with so little notice that, hey, you needed specific, like, you needed 2 Zetas, hands down, to do it. I would say to minimum, because I'm pretty good at calculating what the minimum would be. Everyone would have had to be gear 11. You probably would have had either or both Bastila and Jedi Knight Revan, because we've had him for a while. We've had him for a few months, multiple months, maybe even a Jolie. I doubt many people running Zalbar and Mission, and that's kind of where the issue came. So if you're trying to hit that, especially the gear minimum on a game that's like, well, if you can get through it doing multiple RNG attempts or strategy attempts, would make that possible. But in my certain case, it came down to Mission not having her Zeta. It was so, for that event, I would absolutely say, unless you had gear 12 all the way through, and we're not talking about doing this with T3 and 4. We're looking at, you were doing it with Revan, Bastila, Jolie, Zalbar, Mission. They all had to be gear 12 plus. You had to have Jedi Knight Revan's lead. And then you still had a little bit of luck and some like serious gold/god mods, like gear 6 mod, gear 5 to gear 6 mods. They had to be offense, they had to be speed, and you had to have some sort of advanced warning. If you don't have that in your even if you have that in your arena kit to get the offense mods, still you had to have some sort of awareness of that. So I mean, the necessary Zetas to surpass that kind of gear requirement, which would be 11 plus, in my opinion, would definitely be having Jedi Revan's lead and Mission Vows Zeta as well, to where every time you are keeping Zalbar up or having him attack or calling him to assist, you're getting a double damage with Mission. So super handy Zeta from her. Great. So, I mean, other than that, I would probably just... I'm going to follow up on what I think the future of this game is, and Darkside was no problem. I have videos up for all this. I mean, I have, you know, half of my shards for him. I got very close on the attempts. My problem was I didn't have the damage and I didn't have the warning, and I wasn't going to fork out $500 trying to buy weekly shipments gears at 2,000 to 2,500 crystals each for one piece of gear. Nor was I going to buy trying to buff anyone up to 12.5 gear. And those packs being in there, and a lot of people who may have been, had some of these characters farmed up to gear 12, for them to anticipate what was getting put on Sith Marauder and Sith Assassin, those two characters totally broken when this comes out. That's super predatory, and I don't agree with the direction, but I can't say I know what the direction is. But that was super predatory, and I don't know who's running things. I had to have, like, there's people I introduced to this game, there's people who give me comments, there's people who subscribe. My kid plays this game. I try to explain CEO, corporate structure, revenue streams, quarterly reports. There needs to be, increases. If they see a decrease, then they're going to start filling out games, stuff like that. For people purely enjoying the game, I'm definitely going to focus on videos for that. So hopefully this wasn't too much of a rant. I'm just trying. I understand both sides. I think the one side kind of took like a dark turn there. So anyway, take care. Have fun gaming, everyone. As always, and some of this information doesn't come wholly from me. I'm definitely subscribed to, and I watch Anald and Mobile Gamer, and there's a new guy I started watching too when I started popping into the video. He looks like the roommate from Workaholics, and he's super funny. So, I mean, definitely watch those guys' videos. I think Mobile Gamer even like kind of gives you a reference to that guy's channel. I'm not subscribed to it, so anyway, subscribe to mine. Maybe I could always use more subscribers. I'm just kind of that little fish, and I'm just kind of talking my way through it, and I like to sit back and work my way through some of the things that are going on with the game as well. Like I said, I've played it for 3 years, and I have a really good time doing that. So anyway, everyone take care and be safe.